Hello, welcome to Table Flippin' Board Games, and we're now, as we just decided, in Season 3, Episode 1, because we're
Woo!
starting a new game today. We were going to possibly do some playthroughs of several games, but I think we felt pretty passionately about a certain game. I'm not going to say what it is, although you can read the title, so...
Don't
at
read
the
it.
bottom, yeah, don't read it, don't look down.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So we were really connected. I think we really connected this game really well when we did a playthrough of it to kind of test it out. And so I think this is going to be our new season game, which will be awesome. We're going to play Gloomhaven, and we're going to be doing the campaign that's on the Kickstarter. So we're kind of bypassing our rules just a little bit. Gloomhaven is impossible to get now. Except for maybe if you're willing to exchange children or your eternal soul. Apparently it's going to be available in October, so not too far away. But until then, even Isaac Childress, the designer of the game, has said, go on Tabletop Simulator, play the Kickstarter campaign, which is a 10-scenario campaign. So we're going to do that. He told us to, so you have to do what he says.
Yeah, and it's cool because if we play this is not going to be in the game. So if you got it ordered, we're not spoiling anything,
Exactly.
anything like that.
Yeah, and the campaign will be a little bit different, and we'll kind of talk about some of those differences. It's a little bit more streamlined as far as between missions, but the missions should have some good stories to tell, good events happening, action-packed, and so that'll be really cool to check out. Before we get started, just as a reminder, we are a part of the Misscliks channel. They're an organization that help promote equality and female empowerment in gaming. They have a lot of great other shows on their schedule lineup, Dungeons & Dragon plays, Let's Plays, all kinds of great stuff. So be sure and check out the other stuff on their schedule throughout the week. And of course, we're always here on Saturday, for the most part, to play some board games and that have great stories as well. So, all right, so we're getting into Gloomhaven, and we are still kind of in setup mode because it's tough when you're starting a campaign to pick your character, and because you gotta, you're stuck with them. So
Yeah.
The gals have picked. They know what they're doing.
We have. Yeah.
exactly.
The most difficult part for me is trying to write my name right now. It looks like a 2-year-old. It doesn't look good.
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah. But so, I mean, they could let us know what they've
Yeah, that's true.
chosen. Anyone?
Oh, is that what you named your Spellweaver?
Oh,
What's
I
that?
could come up with a better name. I mean, it was just that's my go-to name.
Oh,
There you
no,
go.
that's
That
cool.
works.
That's cool.
That
That's
works.
dope,
Cool.
yeah.
Tell us about
Perfect.
the Spellweaver that you picked.
You know what? Actually, do we have the card on the back?
I think if you hit the F key, you can flip it.
Okay, let me.
You don't have to
pull
worry
over
about those if you didn't want to.
Oh well.
That's okay. Yeah.
So I have crystal hair, which is really cool. I picked her because she's really unique. So should I just go ahead and read this? I think it tells the story really well.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Sure.
So I am an orchid spellweaver. The orchids are an ancient meditative race from somewhere across the misty sea. They view happenings of the world through a detached perspective that their 1,000-year lifetimes allow. For the orchids, life is about spending the proper amount of time on thought and reflection so that the right decision can be made at the right time without hesitation. I feel like this aligns very closely with my project manager side, and it's perfect.
It's a planner. A planner
Orchid
race.
have been known to get lost in thoughts for years, and during this meditation, crystals will begin to slowly grow on their skins. Since orchids have little need for physical comforts and draw their sustenance from the earth, they serve little purpose in normal society. I feel like that's super harsh, but whatever. Many believe that the increased presence of the orchids in Gloomhaven in recent years is evidence of an approaching catastrophe. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh. Okay.
Through deep meditation, some orchids arrive at the conclusion that proper action requires not only thought and discussion, but also force. There are many physical threats to the orchid society. Some are called to join the ancient orders of spellweavers. Orchid sages who are able to draw forth power powerful natural forces and craft them into concentrated attacks. Some spellweavers choose to remain with their society to act as guards against threats from the outside, but others choose to travel the world, destroying these threats wherever they find them. So that is me. I am a calculated, contemplative spell thrower, spell weaver. I weave them and throw them. Deal them.
I worry we're gonna need you to do stuff, and you're just gonna be like, "I'm thinking, guys.
Give me a sec. Let me think this over."
I feel like, nah, that doesn't pan out well.
But I'm a great person to have in your party because I don't care about objects, and so I'm not going to be grabbing for gold. You know, you guys.
That's true.
Now you're talking.
Yeah,
that's Joe's language.
Yeah. All right.
That's me.
Cool.
All right, Deb. What about you?
All right. So I picked the Tinkerer again. I'm a Quattrel. My name's Flexi. I'm dope. If you guys remember when we played this, you remember a little bit about it, but I will read this. I'll read this out. Okay. Because of their diminutive size, the Quattrel feel they have a lot to prove. From an early age, they're encouraged to study as much as possible about many different subjects. Though there are expert Quattrels in any field, they seem to have a particular affinity to engineering and machinery. Their long, delicate fingers allow them to build all manner of intricate contraptions to make life easier and augment their inferior physical strength. Though they are not numerous, Quattrels can easily integrate themselves into any society due to their expertise in critical fields and their charming, graceful demeanor. Only a fool would shun a Quattrel's offer to help. The Tinkerer is a fairly common class of Quattrel to be found in a large city. They are experts in crafting all manner of gadgets and elixirs, and they typically make a living selling them to those wishing to indulge in the convenience these creations offer. There are more adventurous tinkerers, however, who travel beyond a city's walls, using all the tools at their disposal to brave the wilds and attempt to uncover ancient curiosities that may give insight into their research. So I'm a dope-ass traveler, and I got lots of shit to help me out,
Awesome.
so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And don't be racist. Not all Quattrels are tinkerers.
Yeah,
Just a lot of them.
Yeah.
Tinker is really neat, really interesting. I don't even know if you could describe it. I mean, the Spellweaver, I think you can imagine, is a pretty good mage-ish.
Right.
Yeah, I think of the Quattrel kind of like a bard with gadgets, like a Gazlowe bard.
Yeah, that's
because Quattrel's the Tinkerer's got a lot of I don't want to say a lot of healing, but it's definitely got some healing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting to build my deck to see how much healing we're gonna need.
That's cool.
Yes, you're waiting on the lame idiots who haven't picked their characters yet.
No, you're gonna do something cool. So I'm excited.
I have an important question for you, Deb. How tall is your character?
Well, I'm pretty short, but
okay.
But compared to normal people, I think, but not. I'm pretty tall for a Quattrel.
Okay.
So I don't know, probably like 5 foot. that's probably pretty tall. Pretty tall for a Quattrel.
Oh yeah.
All right, sounds good.
I don't know. They have really long fingers though, so that's pretty cool. I think I can handle being 5 foot. That'd be okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gabe, you're next. I'm going last. You have to. Or do you need me to go?
Well, I guess we could talk about, or not necessarily read the backs of, but talk about our options. And
okay.
People can help me choose. Are we doing this again? Are we doing that with the
yeah, I'm going to have chat and you guys help me pick mine. Get some input.
Well, yeah, I can kind of do that as well. So we're looking at Cragheart as an option. Probably a melee shaman type a little bit, maybe.
Yeah,
cool.
Seems pretty meaty.
Yeah. The Brute, kind of a cool lizardish fighter type. More of maybe probably like an agility fighter, something like that. DPS fighter.
Yeah, I think so.
Mind Thief. I didn't really get to see this character very much in the times that I played. It looks like maybe kind of a roguish warlock type thing, but also minion control.
Yeah, a little bit.
Something like that. And then, of course, the Scoundrel, Thief, Rogue, all around lover of money and nice things.
Stabbing people in backs.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you leaning towards one or another?
I did like the
Chat.
scoundrel.
Yeah.
What's chat?
I would say chat can start inputting too what they think Gabe should.
Yeah, let us know. It's tough. I did like the range, but I haven't played a melee yet, so I'm wondering if there might be something that I like with that as well.
I had a little bit of trouble with the brute. It was kind of rough if you really have to stay adjacent. Most of your attacks, almost all, are melee, but sometimes you got to run away. You get hit by 3 guys at the same time. Somebody's already throwing Mind Thief out.
Yeah.
I kind of have been intrigued, and we also said that this character might be best with a full party.
True, because he's kind of weak.
Yeah.
Hit point wise. Can I name your Mind Thief for you?
Sure. What are you thinking of?
I got a good one.
Okay.
So you got the card on, right? He's kind of a rat-like thing.
Uh-huh.
I think he's Rat Pit.
Rat Pit.
Rat Pit, and then of the ones left, if someone plays the Brute, that's Brute Willis.
Oh my gosh. Wait, can you name my character for me then? What's a good
let me
spell weaver?
Spellweaver, Spellany Griffith. That's kind of old school.
Yeah.
I guess for the young kids today, she's only relevant as 50 Shades of Grey's mom.
Yeah.
If you know what that is. Scoundrel. Ooh, that's tough. Thief Ledger.
Okay.
Ledger.
That's
a
the
good
best one.
Because she's also on a ledge, so that.
That's true.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then, Craghart. Ooh. He's Rock, middle initial E, Balboa.
Yeah.
That's gonna help you pick.
How is he not Daniel Crag part?
Yeah. That would work too.
Daniel Craghart. Yeah,
That's a
it's
good
Daniel
one.
Craghart.
Okay.
Daniel Craghart.
I'm still trying to think of Tinkerer.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, that's tough.
All I can think of is Tinkerbell. But
Yeah.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. We got to work
All
on
right.
that.
I think
We gotta work on that.
I think I'm
willing to
definitely-
change my name. We come up with something I like.
All right. I definitely am intrigued. I think I'm going to go with the Mind Thief. Unless, Joe, you
Rat Pit.
want to try it.
No. I think it'll be a good one for you. I have tried it, but I got killed so fast. I don't even really know much about it, but I think you'll like it. It's got some tricks and rat
right.
swarms and things you can summon. So that leaves me with Heath Ledger, the Scoundrel, Brute Willis, and Daniel Craghart. Does chat or you guys have any opinions about those 3?
Well, no matter what, I guess if you pick Craghart or Brute, we don't have a tank, but I don't know if it's absolutely necessary to have a tank. It'd be cool
I don't even know if you
wouldn't.
can tank. Yeah,
that's true. Well, you could tank by being the closest person, right? But,
Yeah.
But other than
Yeah.
that, there isn't really such a tankish type ability anyway.
I think I'll safely, and nobody minds if I delete this stuff now that we've picked.
No.
I'll say no to the Brute. Sorry if anybody was really wanting to see that, but I played it in the last time we played this. I just kind of feel like I know it, and
Well, it's been a while since Brute's had any good movies, so
yeah, Brute's no longer relevant. He's out.
Get
rid of him. I guess if you wanted to know the story, sorry, but you can read the cards when you get your own copy.
yeah,
For
I think reading all of them might be a little time consuming. And if we play more, then we could always read them down.
I think I haven't seen anything from chat, so I don't know if they're asleep. I
know
think
I am.
Wow.
Craghart, maybe. I don't know him very well, but I think he might have some heals in there and being kind of elemental, I hope, and that might be pretty handy. What do you think?
I think he's got the coolest artwork, which is how I pick.
All right.
So that's my recommendation to you.
Let's do it. And hopefully...
Are you doing Crag?
I think so, yeah. And hopefully I can do some backup healing and maybe tank, if that's even possible in this game.
Cool.
One way or another. So there we go. Selected.
Yeah. So everyone, if you haven't gotten it yet, each of your characters starts off with 30 gold. So there's some gold piles in the middle.
Oh, I'm going to use my counter.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think this time I'll use my counter instead of some physical things.
Yeah. So we've got... So the other thing that we need to do is, besides... So every character starts off with a number of cards, and that's on their character sheets dictated in the top right. So it's either 10 or... The Tinker has 12, the Spellweaver has 8, Cragheart has 11. So you'll always start with those level 1 cards in your hand. But if you want to, and you might want to wait, I guess some people could wait till the next scenario, but you have also in your possible level up cards, you should have 2 or 3 X cards. So these cards say X at the top. And they can be switched in at any time, but you have to do it before the scenario or in between scenarios, and you can't switch once the scenario is started.
Okay.
So that's the hard part, is deciding if you're going to switch any out. But you always have to maintain the same number, so I have to have 10 no matter what.
So have you guys already done that, or everybody's picking right now what they're...
I picked my hand.
Okay.
I actually think I'm going to not deal with the X cards since I've never played this character. I'm going to just go with the level 1 cards.
Yeah, I think I might too, because it's unlikely that we'll get level 2 after just this one.
Yeah.
Because I think if you look at the character sheets, what's required for level 2? 45?
45
Yeah.
XP, yeah.
Is that the same for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's unlikely. So I'll work in the X cards maybe next one myself also.
So should we do buying gold or buying items or getting our checkmark cards? Is there a process?
First Pratt, I like that one.
Oh, they got more for us?
Yeah.
Rat
Ratley Cooper.
Rat St. Jack, Ratley Cooper.
Chris Pratt. That's
hey,
good.
Lard, you're working more on Gabe's.
Yeah, I like that though. I like that. Rat
We
St.
need
Jack.
Tinkerer ones though. Like literally no one has them because
Yeah, that's a challenge.
the only one I can think of is pink, but that's not
Pink.
like it's not long enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gabe, I don't remember there being an order between those two you're talking about of picking items first. Or I think you might actually get your items first, actually, before deciding what your battle goal cards.
Yeah, that's probably more of like a scenario as you're getting ready to go into the scenario kind of thing.
Mm.
So, gosh, but you got to know your cards a little bit, maybe to buy items. That's tough. So, is anybody still looking and deciding their cards, or are we all ready for items?
I'm ready.
I'm still deciding my cards, but I can do that. At the
Okay,
same
no.
time, I think.
We can wait a little bit, talk about something else while you're looking. What do you think, Gabe?
Yeah, we can do that. So I guess normally the round, how the process is that we'll pick town items. We'll get 2 cards that are sort of like a personalized battle goal for this scenario, and you decide which one you want to play with. So, for instance, you might have one that says, don't take any... I think the one I had last time was, don't take any rests except for a long rest. Which the
Wow.
Yeah, so the whole game, the whole scenario, I had to not take a short rest, which is tough to do. And then so if you succeed at those, depending on the difficulty, you're going to get 1 or 2 check marks, and those check marks are used to purchase perks in between games. So as you can see in the top right hand corner of this character sheet here, once you have, I guess in the bottom right first, once you fill in a number of check boxes equal to 3, then you can buy one perk at the top right. And those will actually add to your
Right.
modifiers that go into your decks.
Yeah.
And obviously they give you they take away your negative modifiers, they replace it with positives, or they'll take away one card and replace it with an energy infusion or a magic infusion. So there's lots of really cool perks you can buy with those.
And they
Nice.
roll. Quite a few of them roll. So, like, it'll say you not only infuse the battlefield with Earth, now draw another one, and you'll get to where you're drawing like 5 or 6.
Oh, of the checkmark cards?
Yeah, because a
Oh,
lot of
cool.
those ones, if you notice in your pile, have that upside down U-turn symbol. That means
Draw another
hey,
modifier.
draw another modifier. So
see.
yeah, your attack may end up having 4 or 5 by the end of things.
That's cool. That kind of reminds me a lot of Dungeons and Dragons too, because like if you start out as a character, you have one action. There's really like one thing you can do, but as you level up, you're like you have multiple actions per turn, and so you can really create some cool combos. So it'll be cool to see what that will turn into eventually.
Tinkerer is not a kind of robot, I don't think, Mr. Lard. He's working on your name, Deb.
Oh yeah, I'm not
He's maybe half robot.
not a robot.
Cyborg?
Not even a part robot. Like no parts robot. All organic. I was thinking maybe some kind of like goblin type name would work, like the goblin name puns that they do. Where
The only one I can think of, and it's not really good, but it's Sigourney Tinker. It's like the best one, and now I can't get it out of my head, and I'm like, no, it's not even worth it.
Henry Tinkler, the fawn.
Oh, okay.
Well,
No, is that right? That was his name.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm a
the
girl.
fawn.
Oh,
So-
that doesn't work. Dang it.
Yeah.
Tough. Okay, we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Because I know there are dope.
What about Christy Tinkley?
Yeah.
Christy Tinkley? I can't even say it.
I know what you mean.
Actually, I was
sorry.
reading an article that talked about how using birth control makes you a cyborg.
What?
Really?
It was an article that I was reading about. About
What
the
were you
idea of
reading?
using technology in your body could also include, hip replacements, things like that. So it was interesting about whether or not people were actually already cyborgs.
Ooh, deep.
There you go. There's your moment of thought for the day.
Yeah, how we got there, I don't know.
Well, because we were calling the Tinker a cyborg,
Oh yeah.
that she might
That's
be
true.
possibly part cyborg.
Sorry, what were you saying about the actual game that we
That we're playing.
really went off on a tangent there?
All right. So let's see. We talked about the perks in between missions. Obviously, when you play cards, you're actually, if you see any of the cards that have, as you can see, the little sun symbol or star symbol with a number in it. When you play those cards, you're going to get XP. So you get XP in this game for doing actions and not for killing things like Dungeons and Dragons, which is really cool because then that encourages you to. It makes a little bit of a dilemma, but it encourages you to play cards for XP so that you can build up your character. But there's some really cool abilities, and the other thing that I really like about the game is some abilities are kind of tricky to trigger with XP, so you really have to kind of maneuver yourself in the right place, kind of plan and prepare the best way to get ready for those. To come
Yeah.
out.
Actually, I really like that mechanic because for a lot of games, if you only get that XP when you kill a unit, like a lot of healers or other types who just contribute damage but don't actually kill a monster, never get that XP. So this
That
is
is
much
right.
more like group, teamwork, kind of inclusive, which is nice.
Yeah, that is really awesome. I completely didn't think about that. That's true. That's cool. So
Yeah.
everybody will feel like they're contributing and have their own things. So basically, the round of a game goes. Everybody plays cards which determine their initiative. Every card has an initiative number on it. So you play 2 cards, one to the left and one to the right, and whatever your left-hand card is your initiative. And that is the lowest initiative always goes first. Each enemy group, also has an initiative card that'll determine their initiative, and then you just go lowest to highest. Each person gets to do everything on their cards, or at least partly half of everything on their cards, and then the monsters have specific actions that are run by their kind of AI card system, and then we just go through everyone getting one action, and then go through an initiative order just all over again. So
Yeah.
it's
All right, we have a name.
Yeah, we have
What's
a name.
that?
Jen Tinker Lawrence.
The wrench
Law
is the
wrench.
Yeah, the wrench is the.
That is
so
the best
good.
part.
Gotta have the wrench as my spanner.
Nice.
good work. Most important thing accomplished.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Everyone's name.
Change my character sheet. Goodbye,
All
Flexi.
right.
So we picking items, I guess.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or was Deb
Are
still?
there any items where there's only one of them? I'm trying to look right now.
So is anyone else like a healer?
Yes.
I do have. I was looking for it. I have one good heal card. Heal
Just
4,
one?
actually.
Okay.
I thought I
But
might
Nikki,
have.
you said yes. Or
Yes.
do you?
I
heal?
have Mana Bolt, which heals. I have a self heal. I have Freezing Nova that heals. I have two heals.
Okay.
Two.
Okay.
Wow, I just have.
So
the,
I'm still the most healy because I have like 6 or 7 heals. Something like that.
Dang.
Yeah, I have
I
lots
have-
of heals.
I have 2 as well, so I thought I'd be helping you more. than that.
Okay.
Dang.
All right.
I don't have a
Well,
lot. I have.
yeah,
like,
I have some self healing, but those are the only 2 that can
Two.
range heal.
Yeah.
3, 4,
So when you,
5.
whenever you start off buying items in town, they're limited. But as you level up,
6.
and the town and the campaign kind of advances in level, there'll be more that'll be available. But right now, we just have some items. On the top row, I have a list: boots of striding, winged shoes, hide armor, leather armor, cloak of invisibility, eagle eye goggles, iron helmet, and then weapons or shields. We've got a heater shield, a bow, a warhammer, a poison dagger. And then there's 3 types of potions to start off with: healing potion, stamina potion, and power potion. And each one obviously has a gold cost that's in the gold circle on it. And you just basically, yeah, we have to negotiate. I think every item, it has 2 copies. And then
Right.
potions, there's 4 copies.
I have one question about the items.
Yeah.
The iron helmet. It says when attacked, consider any. What is that symbol? Attack modifier card the enemy draws to be a 0 instead. What is that symbol?
Oh, 2x.
Okay, so really that just negates their double damage on you.
Right.
Their
Nice.
critical hit.
Yeah.
But that's not going to come around that often.
Yeah, I think there's only 1 2x in the whole modifier deck, but they're all 3 monster groups are using it. So, or all 4,
Okay.
all 5.
What's only 10 gold?
Yeah, that's
One of
true.
the
It's not
cheaper-
expensive.
Yeah,
items.
that's
And of course,
Um,
just like any role playing game, everyone can wear 1 piece of body, 1 helmet, 1 boot, and then you
Okay.
can have 2 hands worth of items. And it looks like the hammer and the bow are 2-handed items. How many bag items or common items can you have?
2 for now. It'll go up as our level increases.
Okay.
Wow.
Gabe, I don't know if you have another page of the rule book to load in about conditions and effects.
I think does this one not have that?
Yeah, that has it, and then you gotta look it up by the page number, and then when you go on the actual, you right click and hit set the state, and if you hover over the different numbers, it'll tell you what pages that actually is. If that makes
Oh,
sense.
can I turn the pages?
Yeah. go ahead.
Right click on the book and go to state, and then as you hover over the numbers, they come up.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll be the actual page because the numbers don't reflect what the actual page is exactly. So yeah, let's see.
Oh, I see.
I am going to. Is anyone going to object with me getting a heal potion, or does we only have? Oh, we have 4 of them. So screw
Yeah.
you guys. I'm taking one without permission.
All
I
right.
think that's important. That's 10 of my 30. I'm buying.
Do you want to finish buying? We can go by person or just group.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of taking some time, and you can only get one. It's not like yeah, I think the rules say I can't buy like 2 health potions or whatever. You can only get one of each kind, I think, right?
You can only get 1 potion now because of our level, I think it was.
Yeah, see, I thought we could only have one item at our first level.
The small items we can only have 1. Okay.
I was thinking.
You make sure I pick the right one. So the minor power potion gives you basically a +1 to your attack. I don't think I'll need that. Minor stamina lets you recover up to 2 discarded cards, which is pretty good. But I still think I'll take the heal. So I guess that's my 1 small item. And
I can't remember what I had last time.
10 gold. And then what else?
I think I only got to use my thing once last game, so can't remember what it was.
Ooh, stamina potion.
The Warhammer and bow cost 30, so that's all your gold if you want those.
If you lead a risky life, don't get a potion.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get the stamina potion.
Okay.
Because I don't see any card regeneration. Yeah, so in this game, when you play a card, you're either going to discard it or permanently lose it. And if you ever get to a point where you have no cards in your hand and you can't do a short rest to get at least 2 back in your hand, which would come from your discard pile, in other words, almost all of them are lost, then you're actually out of the scenario. You're completely fatigued out.
Okay.
So that's always tough.
I'm debating between the stamina potion and the healing potion.
I want that iron helmet. There's 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I want that shit.
Yeah, because 1 critical hit could be up to like 6 to 8 damage even in the beginning here. That could knock you out.
Yeah, and it doesn't get tapped either.
Right.
I also think thematically I should have the Cloak of Invisibility.
There you go.
That's true.
And I love that invisibility option.
Invisibility really does mean something in this game. It's actually really effective.
Yeah.
Because you get to attack, even if you damage other people, you're still invisible till the time's up.
Yeah.
Which is round?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it lasts like 2 rounds. It's crazy.
Do you guys know, is there any benefit to having jump other than to get over obstacles?
That's the only thing we saw.
Enemies, too.
Oh, yeah, you can jump over enemies.
You can't move through enemies, but you can jump over, and if they lay traps...
Yeah,
you can jump over traps then.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
do that too, so...
Okay.
I'm interested in the other Iron Helm, but I don't want to take it from somebody.
Done. So it's
You're
just
done?
between you and Nikki.
Oh, so
I guess. Well, no, Deb bought the Iron Helm. Yeah. So
does that bug you, or should we give it to the Spellweaver?
I don't want the Iron Helm.
So take it.
Oh well, too good for Iron Helms apparently. It ruins your crystal hair.
That's dope. All I can say is like that shit is like amazingly OP because it doesn't tap. That's the thing that makes it like broken.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I know, that's why I was interested in the Cloak of Invisibility, but then you lose it, and I'm like,
So you don't lose it. You just have to flip it upside down, but it'll recharge at the next game, at the next
or on a long rest.
Oh, on a long rest too.
No, I thought this one doesn't.
You're right. That is an X, not a. Okay.
Yeah. So if it has the tap symbol in the lower right,
so you just use it once per scenario.
Right.
Which isn't that bad because like again, I only used my item once last scenario.
Yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to like untap the one because mine was an untap was like a tappable one. So
okay.
I could have untapped it, but I never even had the chance.
So do these stay with us game over game?
Yes. And you can even buy more items, and eventually you should be fully equipped, hopefully.
And Gabe, if you want to focus on the hide armor, I was going to show people watching. I really want this, but there's an element. Some of these items in the lower left, if you notice, they're a good item, but you have to hurt your modifier deck. So if I bought this, I would remove my critical hit from my modifier deck, right?
Oh no, I think you just add 2 -1s to it.
Oh, okay. You had 2 negative, but that still really
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah. Adding 2 -1 modifiers to your deck would be really hard. I love that they have a way of representing the, the bulkiness of armor, though. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
But it's interesting. Well, I guess leather would be less awkward than hide would be, so that makes
Yeah.
sense because the leather doesn't have that disadvantage. But yeah, that is tough with the
Um,
hide armor.
does gold carry over that we don't spend?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Ah, then I am done because I can't buy anything but the hide armor, and I don't want to take that hit. So
All right, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
the boots of striding.
+2 move. That's useful a lot of times.
I'm gonna be speedy,
Yeah,
on
which
a
is funny because I take a long time to think, quick to
yeah, that's
move.
true. Once you
Well,
decide,
it's
though.
because you've thought about it.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Oh no, Deb, how did you reset your gold thing?
What do you mean? How do I reset it?
I tried
Oh,
to type
Jesus.
in
You
zero
can click
and then
inside.
Delete. Click inside of it and then hit delete. Like click not the buttons, but like the actual
The
rim of
screen.
it, and then delete it.
there we go. Oh man, I wish I had 2,000 gold.
Maybe someday. We didn't really pick up a lot last time though.
Is everyone finished buying items?
I'm still
Oh,
trying to
okay.
figure out what potion I want. Sorry, I'm so
No,
slow.
that's fine. No, it's fine. I just want to make sure.
Let's see, during your attack,
But
have +1
I
attack
am
to your
whenever.
attack.
Okay.
Can we drop or share items?
I don't think there's
Not-
anything in the rules about that.
Yeah, not any way that I remember reading.
So I can only get 1 potion, right? Damn, too bad about that.
One
Yeah.
small item, apparently.
Alright.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm just gonna get this power potion so I can boost up my multi-person attacks.
Nice.
All right.
Because last time I think I used at least 2 of them. So
I'll put these back in a pile.
in that case, I'm gonna get this ink bomb and let's see one other.
So, while we're finishing our setup here, I guess I'll go ahead and shuffle and I'll give everyone 2 checkmark cards. Let's see if I can do that.
These are the battle goals, right?
Right.
And we don't tell each other our goals?
Yeah, so these can't be
Less than that.
revealed. I'm not exact. I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, you want to keep some things kind of intriguing. That way, if it seems like someone's being traitorous, they might just be trying to accomplish their goal. So I guess it kind of makes it kind of interesting.
And for those at home, while Gabe's doing that, the battle goals you keep to yourself, but they are the ones that provide the check marks if you accomplish them during the scenario, and the check marks help you buy perks,
Right.
which the perks will let you do things like add certain modifier cards to the attack deck, and so it's kind of another thing to get besides experience. And
And do we pick one or we do both?
No, you have to pick one, and then put the other back on the deck.
Oh. Easy.
Oh Jesus!
ooh,
Well, I can't.
Oh, don't look at Twitch because Gabe has his up, so I'm not gonna look.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Sorry. Okay.
stream snipe.
I hit
Man, one of mine's really hard, but doable, but just really hard.
Yeah, mine's
These are-
pretty hard too.
Feels bad when like hard ones are only 1 check mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while we're kind of finishing up, I think that's all of the setup. And then before I read the story, I'll just kind of explain how the cards work. So when everybody plays a card, you're going to place 2 cards face down, each character, and then of course we draw a random one from the monster decks. And then every character, every player makes sure that they have 1 on the left that they want to be their initiative, because that's going to determine their initiative number. Then after everybody has played everything and the monsters have all drawn their initiatives, you flip over the cards, and then at that point we determine who has who's first, second, third, so on, based on lowest initiative, which is the middle number. Then you have to decide when it is your turn. Once your turn does come up, you get to play the top ability of one card and the bottom ability of the other. And at this point, the order of your cards doesn't matter. So you can play the top of one and the first one and the bottom of the second, or vice versa. However you want to do it. The only reason why the order matters is when you play your initiative at first. So once that's determined, then you're cool. And everything on the cards will kind of explain as we go through, I think, as everybody takes their turn and plays their card. You're either basically moving, you're doing damage. If your card has a symbol on it that looks like a little element symbol, you infuse the battlefield with that element, and then other people can, or yourself, can activate that element in order to do magic effects.
Combos.
Yeah, combo elements. And there are some other abilities, like, for example, there are cards that come in for a temporary. They're like a kind of a buff or something that's temporary, and it'll last for a certain number of turns, and then they'll go off the board. There's all kinds of really cool little special effects and things like that. You can put abilities on creatures and things like that.
Yeah. And any card, if you notice, has a basic. If you don't like any of the abilities you play, in the lower, kind of within the border of the card in the left, you can either play it for just a basic 2 attack or 2 move.
Right. So you always have a use for a card. It gets really tough when you get down to the end and you're down to your cards that have no use. You can always do something, yeah, which is nice.
Yeah.
So I guess I can go ahead and start reading the storyline.
Sure.
Is that cool with everybody?
Yeah.
So we're playing the Into the Unknown Kickstarter campaign. There's a lot of stuff. I was realizing that they've created a ton of like extra things you can buy and download for this game already. It's pretty crazy. So if you're interested in it, it is expensive, but they're also coming out with a lot of content for you as well, constantly. So this is the community-driven mini campaign for the Gloomhaven Kickstarter. What happened with this is everyone, I guess, played this when the Kickstarter was out, which was before I knew about it. And they made decisions. It's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure. They made decisions that decided how the campaign kind of evolved as it went along. It's completely separate from the campaign in the Gloomhaven box, so you don't have to worry about it spoiling anything, and it won't affect anything. So you kind of have to play this as a separate campaign. You will start out at level 1, and then we'll kind of progress, and we'll have new items available for purchase at the end of scenario 3, and the end of scenario 6. And then, obviously, we'll get experience and level up. So this first mission is called Into the Unknown, Just Another Night. Our introduction. The evening started off simply enough, with you having nothing better to do but join the rest of the cast-offs of society in the Sleeping Lion. That's where our setting is, in this tavern. Being a mercenary can sometimes be exciting, but mostly it is just boring. That's what strong drink is for. The basic truth is that there is nothing else to do with your life. You're powerful, you can handle yourself in a fight, you know that much. And so you came to Gloomhaven, looking for sporadic work, guarding trade caravans, and loading cargo ships. So far, however, the most action you've seen has been in this rundown tavern. Pretty much every night, some disagreement between patrons turns bloody, and suddenly you're not bored anymore. Turns out tonight is no different. Some Inox bumps into a man's drink, and it turns out the man isn't too friendly toward Inox. Then, wouldn't you know it, the Inox isn't too friendly toward humans who aren't too friendly toward Inox. Things naturally devolve from there. The next thing you know, chairs are flying across the room, and no one even remembers how the fight began. It's every mercenary for themselves, and that boredom isn't going to alleviate itself. So the rules are, we'll start in any of these white marker, where the white markers are. So we're actually very separated from each other to start off with. Every monster that's on the board is an enemy to you and every other enemy. So monsters will determine who they're going to focus on for the battle by whoever they're closest to. And if there's a tie, it goes to whomever has the lowest initiative. Bandits and Inox share... Oh, okay. So archers all share cards as far as their AI deck, and guards share cards, the bandits and Inox. And then there's a lone shaman, however you want to say it, who is right here in the middle of the bar, causing trouble. Let's see. So we have to physically be deal the knockout blow or killing blow for a number of enemies equal to 3 times the number of players. So we've got to knock 12 of these guys out ourselves. If an enemy kills it, then or does the death blow, then we don't get the credit for that. So that's our mission this time.
Yeah, like that kind of stinks because they really start killing each other. If I remember, last time we did this.
Ooh, so we only have a kind of a border of 1, right? Like we can't.
Yeah. So do we fail if we only get 11 and they're all dead?
Apparently we do.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say what the penalty is for losing. Do we not get the extra XP? Because I know there's XP bonus.
Yeah, I think the scenario book doesn't tell us that when it happens.
No, it just says conclusion.
Wait, we have to get 12 this time?
Yeah. So
Okay,
we only have a
14 on
margin
the
of
board,
1.
so there's 14 on the board.
Is there 14?
Though. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't counting. Yeah, you're right.
So we can let 2 die, but last time we could only let 3 die. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
this.
we only let 2 die last time, so that's okay, I guess. But
Right.
I don't know.
Well,
we'll have to deal with that if we lose, and maybe try and wing it or figure out what our punishment is or what we don't get.
I think we should probably try to kill all the non-elites first. So we should all just like head to the bottom of the board.
Yeah, that's true. Most of them seem congregated down there.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the worst spot is that one between the 2 elites.
Yeah.
Facing the board, the northwest there.
Well, this one in the other corner is also surrounded by 3 elites.
Oh,
yeah, that's true. Oof.
Yeah, the 2 top spots are the hardest ones. So the lowest health people should be in the bottom 2 spots.
Okay. So
I have 6 health.
I have 10.
I have 6 also.
I have 8. So you 2 are in the bottom, and Joe and I will take the top.
Okay.
Which kind of makes... Joe, are you a melee?
Yeah, I have some range stuff, but I think you'd mostly consider, melee.
I would say you should take whichever top spot is the least obstructed in getting down to the bottom.
I can take this too because it's the elites, and I've got a little bit more hit points than you do. Plus a healing potion.
Nikki, do you have a preference on the bottom spots?
Plus, I can destroy one of my. I can destroy obstacles if need be.
I guess we could just take these, right?
Yeah.
If that's all right with you.
Let's do it.
So that's where we're setting up, I guess.
All right, so I'm going to take Joe's old spot. Okay. Alrighty. Are these melee? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the one below you is the archer.
Away from them. Yeah.
And then there's... All right. So it looks like we're all placed. And I think that's it. Now we start the round with choosing our cards. Choosing our 2 cards.
And just so I remember correctly, if I choose an attack that's ranged, but I'm right next to my enemies, I draw an extra combat card, right?
Right, and you choose, and you get, it's a disadvantage, kind of like 5th edition D&D, so you'll have the worst
Choose the worst one.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Ranged people are not meant for tavern brawls.
You can also use the default actions on your cards
the basic.
too. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. What the hell do I want to do?
All right. By the way, for everyone at home, in case you don't remember, whenever you do play an attack, it has a general damage number, but that is going to be modified by drawing at least 1 card from your modifier deck that's going to add or subtract damage to it, or maybe cause some other weird stuff to happen. There is an auto miss in here also, so this is kind of your random number generator instead of rolling a die, but I really love the idea of having a deck instead because you can manipulate that, kind of like the Chaos Bag. It can be manipulated based on abilities or buffs or debuffs. to make you worse at combat, better.
What is
so it's a
this
pretty cool
weird
system.
target deck over here? This thing.
Those are upgrade cards for when you buy perks. Those are your perk upgrades. So, you know, your check marks? Yeah, those will be the cards
okay.
that you use to fill in your deck.
Got it.
All right, I have selected my cards.
So the Inox, man, this is tough.
Yeah, it's always the hardest part is picking.
The first one's definitely
Yeah.
the hardest.
First cut is the deepest.
That's right.
This cat is the deepest.
It's our goal to get Deb to sing at least 3 or 4 times.
It's not hard. It's really
We got
not.
one. We got one.
Oh, you know what, guys? I hopefully have the numbers matched correctly. They should be, right?
Oh,
So, like, because what I'm worried about is the Inox guard that says 4. Yeah, that should match, right? Yeah, he's got 8 hit points. Bandit guard.
yeah, the non-elite versus elite is fine.
Okay, yeah, that should make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're placing them all in the right places based on... Yeah, okay. Never
Think
mind.
That's actually a sick ass play.
I think I got mine.
8 and 6. So the bandit guard might be better.
Let's see. Where would I put that though? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Why are there so many guards in the bar? Shouldn't they be working?
That's
It's
true.
after hours. It's late. It's late at
Drinking.
night. And they're like, second shift guards, so they're up for
Okay.
the night.
I was like, isn't that the most like susceptible time for crime?
That's true.
They're the racist guards. They have to be on when there's the least crime going on, because
Mm.
obviously they're attacking based on race. So. Also,
Can
we're
we-
coming up on our break-ish time, so maybe
oh
like
yeah.
Soon
take a
as we
break
pick
after
all our
this
cards?
round.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
really?
after we pick cards, I'm good with that too.
Okay.
I got a bio.
I wish we could explode the barrels.
Yeah.
Like all I see is Diablo, and I just want to break them and find out what's inside.
Yeah.
There's gold in that there barrel.
I can't remember what I just did. Okay.
All right.
It's
Think
like my buddy Steve has this alert on his stream that when he gets hosted, it's his voice saying, "That's a host in them there hills." It's like the weirdest because he doesn't have an accent. It's like, just what the fuck were you thinking? But it's hilarious.
That's not. All right. Has everybody
Everyone
got their
picked?
cards chosen?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
What do I do with my
All right.
these extra tinker cards? What's everyone else doing with their
I just put mine to the side.
Just leaving them. Yeah, just know I'm not using them. But
All right. I'm gonna-
cool. Well,
Kind of move them out of the way.
a lot of setup, but we're ready
yeah.
for action when we come back.
Yeah, and then don't let me forget when we come back, we've got to draw the AI cards before we reveal our cards for the monsters.
That's right.
So,
Okay. Will
all right.
do.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys back here in just a few minutes.
Woo!